Right. I want to talk to you guys about Margaret Sanger. Some of you will know who she is. Some of you won't. Well, she's the founder of the American Birth Control League, which later became Planned Parenthood. I don't want to say she's not a nice person, because none of us are good but God, but she's very controversial due to her association with the eugenics movement. Sanger's advocacy for birth control was entwined, I should say, with eugenic ideas that sought to improve the human race by controlling reproduction. Critics argue that her efforts disproportionately targeted minority communities. This is 100% true. One statistic that often is cited is that historically, a significant percentage of Planned Parenthood clinics, centres, have been located in or near minority communities. According to a 2015 report by Life Issues, the Institute Life Issues, 79% of Planned Parenthood surgical abortion facilities were located within walking distance of African American or Hispanic Latino neighborhoods. So that really raises concerns about these communities were targeted for population control under the guise of providing reproductive health services, which it's not healthcare. Additionally, according to the data from the CDC, in recent years, approximately 40% or 38% of all abortions in the United States have been obtained by African American women, who make up about 13% of the female population. Similarly, in similarity, Hispanic women, who represent about 18% of the female population, account for approximately 21% of all abortions. Furthermore, Sanger's involvement in the Negro Project, which is aimed to promote birth control in African American communities in the 1930s, it should be scrutinized, because a lot of people argue that the project was a means of limiting the growth of the African American or black men under the pretext of improving health and economic conditions. So this is what it's about, and people don't see this. You need to see this evil. So a lot of her supporters will argue that her primary goal was to empower women by giving them control over their reproductive choices. That's what we're seeing now. The overlap of her work with eugenic principles and the concentration of services in minority areas, it continues to provoke debate about the racial and ethical implications of her legacy, because we all know it's the enemy, it's a spiritual war that we're fighting. So we really need to, it's time to put an end to abortions, racism, targeting minority communities or population control measures. We've got to advocate for equitable and non-discriminatory healthcare services that genuinely support the health and well-being of all individuals, regardless of their race or ethnicity. And, abortion is murder. It's not healthcare. It's a life. And that's that. And we want to work to end the practice of abortion across the world, not just in the United States, because it impacts disproportionately. It's impacting the minority communities. So we need to strive to build a society where every life is valued and protected, and where reproductive health services are provided with respect, dignity, and fairness. And it's not about murdering children. We need to support life-affirming alternatives, empowering families with resources and education. We can create a future where all children are welcomed and cherished. And that's what we do at Love Life. We stand in the gap. We're there when no one else is. We stand there, and our mission is to unite and mobilize the church to create a culture of love and life that'll put an end to the abortion and the orphan crisis. Because, quite frankly, Margaret Sanger's legacy, going back to Nazi Germany and eugenics, and there's so much more that you need to look into yourself. But most of all, God says we are made in his image. So I can go on all day about this, but Margaret Sanger was attacking minority communities, and it was kind of like the Aryan race, exactly like Adolf Hitler. Just it was painted in a different way. You need to look into that more, because it's spiritual war we fight. But Jesus is the name above all names. So follow him. I love you guys. Good night. God bless. Amen.